Darren Rovell and Matt Liberman here for Collect TV, and we are talking today about the royalty statements from the 2022-23 fiscal year from the NFLPA. Collect obtained these from the Department of Labor reporting, and it is very interesting to look at this list. We're doing this because Marvin Harrison Jr. is the lone holdout to signing the group licensing agreement, which essentially is signing over your name, image, and likeness rights. We don't know where that stands right now, but it kind of led us to think about, is all this fair in terms of what players are getting? Speculating that Harrison's either working on a new deal, some sort of language change, or wants to go on his own, which he can, but just can't be in NFL licensed products. So, Matt, let's go over some of the numbers that we've seen. So this is essentially March of 2022 to February of 2023. Tom Brady, $6.8 million. That number is wild. I guarantee that is the most someone has ever earned on licensing in a single year. Obviously, it was his last year, but 6.8 is crazy. And then we go down the list, and I'm going to ask for your reaction here, Matt. Trevor Lawrence, 2.8 million. Patrick Mahomes, 2.3 million. Dak Prescott, 2.1. And then we have Kenny Pickett at 1.6.
Yeah.
Where's your thoughts there?
It just goes to show how important it is for rookie quarterbacks in the league and how much they're valued. I mean, at this time, he was a rookie. And again, Pittsburgh is one of those markets that it's not a big TV market, but it does hugely well in terms of merchandise. Um,
And remember, he was going from pit to pit. I mean, he was
right.
going to the University of Pittsburgh, so it was like you almost had to buy his jersey.
Yeah.
That's a wild one for me. And by the way, I mean, listen, you look at these numbers right now, and you're thinking, well, how much is Marvin Harrison losing in the near term, right? Because we also go down this list, and at number 18 is Matt Corral at 1 million.
Yeah, that one is shocking. I mean, you think about the fact that he's earning more than Justin Jefferson, and Matt Corral's not in the league anymore, and Justin Jefferson's maybe the best receiver in the last 5 years. I mean, he's an unbelievable talent, and Matt Corral was his
nothing. People don't even know. Most people don't even know. Most NFL fans don't even know when he was drafted.
Yeah, you can't call his career anything other than a failure. He's not in the league anymore. And the fact that he's earning more than players like Jefferson or Christian McCaffrey and Tyreek Hill, these perennial candidates for Offensive Player of the Year, it's really mind-boggling.
Yeah, Malik Willis made the top 20 at 992,000 again. The Titans pick there. I think he was in the third round. Just very interesting to see there, especially with these organizations that they're looking for hope. Draft is hope. And so you kind of wonder how much leverage Marvin Harrison Jr. has. Sure, first wide receiver after the quarterbacks were taken. He is definitely being advised by his father, Marvin Harrison Sr., the second half of the connection from Peyton Manning, and obviously a tremendous wide receiver in league history. But you also have to wonder how much the market of Arizona clearly does not help him in this case.
For sure, for sure. Arizona is one of those markets that some people like to call it almost Siberia, where the merchandise just almost goes to die.
Yep.
And that's not to say that individual players can't rise through the ranks. They have. Joe Burrows is an example of that in Cincinnati, but it doesn't make the situation any easier. And the other thing that doesn't make it any easier is that nobody else from this draft class is joining Harrison in this.
Yes. That's a big point. If you are going to make a statement, you can't be selfish. You have had to have risen up together with 10 or 15 guys, and then you could make a statement here. Other than that, I find it very hard to believe that there's going to be any language change if that's what the desire is, because that sets a horrible precedent. And I just don't think, being alone, you have very few people who have ever gone alone. Michael Jordan was the first person to do it in the NBA. Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan. Barry Bonds was the first person to do it in Major League Baseball. Again, that was Barry Bonds after he
Right.
hit 73. It worked out. LeVar Arrington tried to do it in 2000, and almost for his entire career, it didn't work. The question becomes, if there is a player who is amazing, right? Let's say he has the hype of Sauce Gardner, lives up to the hype. Again, he's in Arizona. Can he be that good that he could go around deals and people will say, I have to have him, and he'll make $3 or $4 million versus maybe the million he'd make?
Honestly, I think at this point in time, I think you have to be a quarterback. I think that's the case. Quarterbacks are too important to individual franchises, to the league itself. Unless you, I mean, we're seeing what's happening with deals, just contract deals for running backs. And not that he's a running back, but it's still a skill position. And
Dime a dozen.
right. I mean, look, any team can go out and find a wide receiver in the fourth, fifth round of drafts. I mean, we've seen it when we've seen them become Hall of Fame players. Unless you're a quarterback, I don't think you're going to be able to demand that kind of change and attention and whatever he's trying to do.
I completely agree. Darren Rovell, Matt Liberman, Collect TV. Thanks so much for watching us, and stay tuned to see what happens in the Marvin Harrison Jr. saga.